Hello class, I hope everyone is enjoying this fun teaching way that Robert set up. Now yes, I know I am not real, I am just a mannequin in a photograph. But like the world known, Disney World. Let's just pretend that I am a fictional character, as the same as Disney's characters. Yes, everyone knows they are not real too. So just pretend I am real. That said, I am on via Skype from New York at my home. I was looking over some of Robert's papers from his fashion college when I ran across a fantastic article that he wrote about a fashion designer. I want to share this with you. Let me look into the monitor across the room and read this to you. I think you will enjoy this. It is titled "The Headaches of a Fashion Designer Have Preparing for a Major Fashion Show." A designer's mind is like a runaway train heading for a quick derailment. One's eyes is like a video camera that has gone haywire. One's hands are in warp drive, trying to design eye-catching designs that will be different. Also satisfy the audience's consuming attention. Then creating these collections in sets of 4 or more garments. To be approved for the overwhelming plot of the runway flow. Next comes looking for and buying the fabrics for one's designs. Where one's fingers have felt so many fabrics, that one's fingers are becoming fabric shy. Then comes the almighty dollar. How much one will spend to see their creations. Go on the runway of dreams that the designer dreams of. With one going to the register tightly clinching one's money. With almost a death grip. The cashier gives the total. One just cannot see that hard-earned cash just being pulled out of one's hand. Slowly one hands the cash over. Then just watches it wither away into the register. Like dying flowers scolding in the heat of the sun. By this time one is asking themselves, is this really worth the headache and money? For the short-lived seconds on the runway. Then they get lost out there in their dreams again. Now one must stress out even more, because now all these creations have to become a reality. Now all these dreams have to become patterns to construct the garments. To compose the segment of the performance in the overall plot of the show. Now the mind is at the breaking point, as measurements and lots of pattern drafting, draping on the dress form. Also a lot of figuring overwhelm the designer's mind. Now just as all of this stress is not enough. Now all these patterns have to be constructed for the runway plot. One will experience a lot of frustrations and doubts, and worry. One will lose a lot of sleep, and a lot of wasted time for the mistakes that one may encounter. Then the time comes to construct these garments. The sewing machine and serger seems to become an omen to the designer. The whole process starts to entrap one to a ball and chain feeling. As if the sentence will never end. As one waits for that last garment to be finished. Like one was waiting for the warden to release one from the fashion sentence. The designer may again dream of their future performance. But then get snatched back into reality. By the time showing it is time for the showdown. Next comes the real headache. Will the garments fit the models? Will they have to be altered to fit? And will the models present the garments in such a way to make the sales? Then here it is, the final showdown. One feels like the showdown at the OK Corral. The lights come on, the music blast over the speakers. The grand performance starts. One's heart begins to thump loud like a rock drummer beating a bass drum. Then your dreams come back for a split second only to get snatched back. By watching one's competitor's garments waltz in front of the designer. One's head is pounding like a speaker. One is sweating like a river just sprung out of them. Just when one starts worrying. One looks up and there they are. Them hard-earned creations that one slaved over. Now one's mind is racing like a marathon runner. Now one feels the pressure building as they wait for the reaction of the audience. As the mind is thinking all kinds of fears and doubts. Then one hears the applause. One's stress level then returns to ground level, and one feels so relieved that it all is over. Now they call one to the runway. One gleams like a beacon from a lighthouse on a dark oceanscape. One hopes now to go make some sales on their outstanding creations. While one thinks, was it really worth it? Then one realizes they are already planning for the next runway show. Yes, a designer's headache is like a spark of fire that goes out of control. That will consume everything in its path. By Robert Parker. All I can say is wow. Did Robert ever nail this on the fashion head? Class, this is exactly how it feels to be put in this kind of atmosphere. Now I ask you, could you handle this kind of stress and still achieve your overall goal, of putting a collection on the runway? Just think about that, all that pressure. That is what makes you better designers. Now I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did. Because you will indeed face this challenge one day if you become a fashion designer. Now I must tell you of some changes that have occurred since our last time together. I am stepping down from my teaching position here. Because I was asked to teach fashion design in a local college full-time. As you know, I love teaching, so I took the position. Because it is all about education, not me. I talked it over with Robert, he was happy for me and told me to go for it. So I did. Robert told me also that a new teacher was already here to take the position. Wait till he finds out that it is Manny's sister, which they have not seen each other for a very long time. She is going to be a great teacher. I will still be a fashion design teacher and advisor here. I might be teaching an occasional lecture every now and then. Class, I have enjoyed teaching you, and with that I will say goodbye till next time. Zeta signing off.